again, chapter 21. As we walk in to get our pizza, I explained the situation with Mr. Astrohold. It turns out she also had him for algebra too. But that was about a millennium ago or something since she's now in AP Calc. You probably thought algebra was a breeze, I say. And she's like, kind of. Her voice is so soft. If it were a food item, I'd be a marshmallow. It'd be a marshmallow. Maybe I could get you to tutor me. Okay, she says, and she has this little near smile on her face, like she thinks something good might actually happen to her, but she can't quite trust it. Of course, the cafeteria is not the popular hot spot for lunch. I never go there, so we don't have any difficulty finding a table. In fact, it's kind of weird, like an alternate universe where there's all these students who I never knew exist. You might think that Amy and I wouldn't have much to talk about, but hey, I can talk to anybody. I started off with a story just to relieve her of the load of trying to come up with something to say. It's one of my favorites. The time Ricky and I took a float trip down the Tuskegee River last summer. We weren't exactly bona fide canoeing experts and paid more attention to cracking jokes than navigating, so the occasional rollover was unavoidable. Once we both ended up in the river with the semi-raging current around us. The canoe started spiraling away downstream, but what did Ricky and I do? We both swam straight for the ice chest. Save the beer at all cost. That was our attitude. Likely the canoe get hung up on the bank and everything turned out fine. Amy's like, you guys are crazy. But you can tell she's kind of wishes she could be a little crazy herself sometimes. That's not the craziest part of it, I said. The craziest part was when we decided to jump off the bridge. You jump off the bridge? Of course. And not some punny little bridge either. It was one of those big iron bridges with the framework that arches way up. It must be about a mile from the top of the frame. It must be about a mile from the top of the framework down to the water. It's so high you have to watch out for low-flying aircraft up there. Some other dudes were jumping off of it. So we thought, what the hell, might as well give it a try. We have quite a few beers by this time. She's staring at at me wide-eyed and rapt as all 12 apostles rolled into once. So up we climbed. I gazed toward the ceiling to hint at just how high we had to go. But the thing is, the further you climb, the more you start to wonder if this is such a good idea. Somehow it looks higher when you're actually on the bridge compared to when you're just standing around on the ground staring up. But what can you do? Once you are on your way, there is no crawling back down without looking like a complete pussy. She nods her understanding, although I'm not sure. Sorry. I'm not so sure girls fully get the whole looking like a pussy dilemma. So anyway, I do a Spider-Man all the way to the very top and take a seat up there is in the breeze. And let me tell you, the views stupendous as long as you don't look straight down, which of course I happen to do. But like I said, there is no turning back. So I take a humongous breath. I demonstrate and down I go. Did you dive head first? Are you kidding? I'm not that crazy. No, I went feet first. And you know what? On the way down I discovered that you have an amazing amount of time to think while you're in there. So, there I am, and this idea hits me. But if a canoe comes floating under the bridge, I might plump straight down and break someone's neck. You know, it's like I could take it if I just killed me. But I never forgive myself if I killed someone else while I was at it. That'd be awful, she said. Sorry. I gaze back toward the ceiling. There I am in the mid-air, looking down between my toes, and it's like the water's rushing up towards me, and then boom, I hit the surface. I clamp my hands and she jerks back. Now, I said, let me stipulate on thing right here. When jumping off anything high into a body of water, a dude should always remember to keep his legs together at impact. It will be very painful otherwise. I know from experience. Pain shoots across her face. She is in the absolute best audience ever. On top of that, I also didn't take into account that if you jump from a very high place, you are going to shoot very far down into the water. I mean deep. And I didn't think to take an extra breath before going under either. So there I am, underwater for what feels like 10 minutes. My eyes are bulging. I'm kicking and flaying. Nothing but a grey ceiling of water above me. A newspaper headline flashes before my eyes. Imbe click. I don't know. Click maybe. Use plunges to death from Tuskegee Bridge. Then I see it's a pale circle of light shining through the water. And I know I can make it. My head breaks through the water and sweet oxygen fills my lung. Saved. I settled back in my chair. By the time I got to the bank, I was almost sober. And here comes Ricky shooting down from the bridge like an arrow. Hold your legs together, I yelled. But he couldn't hear me and split. I clapped my hands against and she's so sorry. I clap my hands again and she jerks back again. Anyway, obviously we both live to tell the story. But I'm not sure what can have children now. Amy smiled the biggest Amy smiles the biggest I've seen yet. Wow, she says. That's about the most amazing thing I ever heard. Finished.